Ja, hallo, hallöchen. How are you guys today? Welcome in on this fine Thursday evening. I don't know, but my feeling is already in the weekend, Lima Kilo Mike. I had to think, what the day today? What's the day? It feels like Friday. So, welcome in, guys, on this Thursday, not Friday, evening. How you doing? Hello, Englewood and Lima Kilo. I do not have any directions, but the sun could be followed. And hey, co-pilot, how are you doing?
Hello, hello.
What does your feeling say? Which day is it?
I have a permanent Saturday or something like that, you know.
I would love
when you
to.
retire, that world is like that.
I would love to have a Saturday for every day.
In fact, when you are retired, a day like Sunday is almost the least popular day of the week because everything is closed, you know.
Shopping.
No, I quite enjoy Sundays actually, because they are quiet days. You don't have anyone, no delivery guy ringing the bell. People don't normally call you on the phone on Sundays. And
you don't
just,
know my
I
neighbors.
like that.
You don't know my neighbors. You
well,
don't.
That's a different story.
Are you at... yes, in theory, we are there. Practically. We're there too. Hello. Look who's snowed in. Hey, Viper. Good evening.
Hello, Viper.
We are here. We are standing somewhere in the wide nowhere.
Yeah, the weather is good.
I'm on live
Sunny.
weather, but not live times. It's pitch black. Yes. Katie Patton, welcome in. Buddy, we are on 2020.
If you see animals around the runway, you're in the wrong sim.
We're in 2020, yes, still.
Yes. Remember the
That's the
Spitfires
problem.
are in 2020.
I can't load her in 2024 with my livery without having to exit the back door over developer mode. Ah, there's
Lima Kilo Mike.
a wild Lima Kilo Mike appeared.
Yeah.
Well, you recognized. No animals here. Nobody looting out of the barbecue. Just refilling my drink. Just one cat. Yeah, that's camp out utilities. By the one and only Parallel 42.
Oh, here's some jets spooling up.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably Lima Kilo Mike.
That's the Lima Kilo, yes. So what's your tasty beverage of tonight?
Tea. He said very excitedly. Well, let's get this thing running.
Up and humming. Are you kidding me? Do we have sounds on the other computer? With quite a problem. Yes, we have. With quite a problem on Saturday. Yeah, Felicia, that's the vroom. Sweetheart, no. Go away. Your water bowl is fresh water. Leave that alone. There's the eagle. There's Costella. Hey, Payne, come on. Let that... Are you kidding me? Go to your water bowl. There's fresh water in it. Leave that alone. Leave my water pitcher alone. Don't want to see it fall. Go to your other human. Come on. Go to your other human. No, I don't comply. I don't comply. No, human, you can talk to me. No. My kitty teenager. So.
Hello, Costella. You came here quickly. When I loaded in, I saw you over Norway.
What were you flying? Which tube?
Hello, Katie.
Are you kidding me?
Are you having fun?
Well, I won. I won the
Okay.
Battle of Wales at the moment. 1 human, 0 kitty. I know, how dare I?
There could be revenge.
So, throttle is complying. It's complying.
Who is this
Ooh.
loud jet? That can only be Lima Kilo Mike.
Englewood is an F-35.
Yep.
Could also be a loud jet.
Okay, Costella, I see.
Okay. Sweetheart.
Captain
Yes.
Sim.
I ignored it. Sweetheart, what are you doing? Think there is the revenge battle of Wales?
I don't know if anyone has one of these, but the Mustang and not the Mustang, the Vulcan and the Hawk got an update today for 24.
Okay.
That basically makes them fit for 24. Shh.
So. Here we go. Then I need this over here. That's over there. Ooh, nice choice, Lima Kilo.
I updated my Accu seasons yesterday because you don't do that with the 24 anymore, and I forgot that I hadn't really done it in Accu seasons.
Okay.
And lo and behold, I was still in October. So
okay.
was about time.
Yeah, just a teeny tiny bit.
I did a bit of flying in the old sim in 2020 over south of England, and I was surprised how all the trees had yellow leaves and things like that. I thought there's something wrong here.
Did you turn off your fuel pump, Nights Up?
I couldn't really tell. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Fuel pump. God, it's so difficult to access that bloody thing. Yeah, it's off.
Good. Just in case, you know.
Yeah, it's a good thing to check. Hello, Daiki.
Hi, Daiki. How you doing, buddy? I saw my own cloud of stink. Ooh, nice. Really nice. Yeah, Düsseldorf. It's a nice airport. And scary when you first fly in there. I'm pretty fine, Daiki. I'm pretty fine. After some family drama in the afternoon. About nothing. All is well again. Drama resolved. Every party is happy again. Yes, drama. So, there is the Nights Up. Okie dokie, guys. We got some crosswind, but we will manage. Are we ready for takeoff?
I am.
Okay. Then 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you're already been busy again. Here we go. So, I'm on course. What happens there, Nights Up?
Hmm? What do you mean?
Ah, you were losing altitude, that's why.
Yeah, I'm fiddling with my autopilot.
Ah,
That usually
who's gonna
looks
win?
pretty disastrous. I'm not sure yet.
Bye-bye, Lilongewe. Where's my Lima Kilo Mike app thing? There it is. Stupid me. Wondering why my Lima Kilo Mike app isn't working. I closed little nav map in the background a moment ago. Do, 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 do. Come on, connect, sweetheart. There we go. The ELS, it's working. Castella flying the Aussie way. Are you are you in the need of belly scratches? Hmm? That looks amazing, guys. Yeah, please. Becky, rest. Put yourself to rest. Would you look at that? Whee! Did you win over your autopilot?
So far, yes.
Woo!
So far. But one thing I've learned is that it can change its mind from 1 minute to the other. You just don't know. I had it before, I was flying nicely. I did a landing, to off again, wanted to get back to nav mode. Nope, no, no. Autopilot's very
Wonky.
moody.
That's why I fly a manual. At
Well,
the
I mean,
moment, even on the...
stuff like what we're doing at the moment, I quite like using the autopilot. As soon as we get into Lima Kilo Mike country, I'll definitely fly that by hand. Yeah. The AP is like the plane.
Willow! How you doing?
Hello, Willow.
And thank you. Hope you're good, Willow. That song is older than me.
That happens.
Nina, 99 Balloons. 99 Luftballons.
Ja.
83. 83. That year there was no talk of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Willow, I
that's
loved your shots.
amazing.
They were good. On the other hand, having been to the Lake District, it kind of spoils the atmosphere, doesn't it? I mean, it's peace, tranquility, nature. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would be too keen on the jets.
Who cares? They're planes. Thank you for sharing those. Thank you for sharing those nice peaks of the planes.
Yeah, I mean they're interesting to watch. Don't get me wrong, but not really what you expect in the Lake District.
Surprise!
But I had that in Scotland sometimes.
Really?
You're in a beautiful place in the highlands, and all of a sudden, you're zooming more or less on the same level as you are.
Okay. um. Obstacle.
I've had that, like in the Mach loop, that you are up on a hill and you can actually see them pass below you.
I don't want to know how many guys talked their newlywed wife into a honeymoon over there.
Yeah.
There was 3 Yusuf jets this morning, about 9 a.m., side by side through the valley. They looked amazing together. I was thinking, surely they have terrain warning blaring. The rain. Hey, Mitsuki. Hello.
Hello, Mitsuki.
Squirrel. Yeah, that's a new alarm.
So, Chipata.
Pata is the
Not
name of a
Not
dance.
Chapata, but Chipata.
Let's do a touch and went.
My window wants to do an update.
Yeah, I did that before starting the sim.
I'll do it afterwards.
Because I do not trust my computer. It sometimes has a tendency that when such an update is in the background waiting for reboot, it does it on its own without asking me.
Yeah. That's it. I taught mine not to do that, but I'm always slightly suspicious too.
Mitsuki had that before. How you doing, Mitsuki? It's always those surprises you don't want to have. Lima Kilo
What I
found the
also have-
baby valley.
Yeah, it's not quite what Imankilo Mike really wants, but
Better than
at
nothing.
least it's a little. Yeah. Not so boring.
Parallel 42 is very good at communicating.
Mitsuki, I think you are way too fixated on
That
the
plane.
CRJ. There are so many other planes. Relax, fly some of the others. And then eventually there will be an update. Download the Dragon from Contrail.
There I showed you something, huh?
I still haven't downloaded.
What?
I keep meaning to, but I haven't done it yet. Can you imagine what it would like? What it would look like if we did a group flight, say with 5 or 6 dragons all together?
Nights up. You need to be then on camera with me, and we both need to have dressed up as a dragon rider.
Yeah. But that would be such an amazing view. And if you did that in an area with, like New Zealand or some place like that, that would absolutely do the trick.
Well, we could show the guy who did Christopher Paolini's Aragon how it's done.
Yes. Well, there is, Mitsuki. It was actually meant as an April Fool's joke, and many thought it wasn't actually real, but it is real. There is a dragon you can download for free on Contrail, which is actually very well done.
I sent you that link, didn't I?
Yeah, but before that I actually was aware of it. I saw some clips on YouTube, and the animation of the takeoff and landing is really well done. And you can spit fire even. The thing is, to download it, you need to be registered with Contrail, which I haven't done yet. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't got it yet, but I will do it. And it would be even cooler if you could actually choose different liveries. In other words,
Colors.
different colors for your dragon. Yeah, which I'm sure wouldn't be difficult to do.
I'll take a emerald green one. If I could choose the color. Or
It's okay, I don't need it. I have got, right now I'm in a group flight, and I have an app running which gives me additional planes, and I've got 132 FPS, so I'm not worried about
show off.
auto FPS. Yeah, it's quite beefy. I mean, that was the idea when I spent all that money.
Not the softest, but it's a touch and go anyways.
Yeah, dutifully I did that. But the next one is a land, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because
I need to
that
refuel.
hasn't got tarmac. Yes. I think I know you quite well now, so I mean, as far as flying is concerned, it was quite clear that that would be a landing.
Why do you touch and went? It's just a word foolery of me.
Normally it's touch and go.
Yes.
But touch and went, or touch and crash, or
Yeah, touch
there
and
are many
went.
variations of that.
I did a touch and went. Or
Bop and go.
boop
yes,
and
can
go.
happen.
Or bump and go.
Yes.
Touch and yoga when it really goes wrong. No, touch and
What?
yoga not. That is the greeting to the Sunday key.
Yes. There's also touch and slide when you forget to deploy the gear.
Whee! Eagle flying the Aussie way again. Upside downy.
That's another thing that's missing in the sim. When you slide on a runway without gear, there should be sparks.
Yeah,
And there are
should.
no sparks.
Explosions are also missing. Yeah, but I think they left that one out on purpose, Lima Kilo.
No.
Exactly, Daiki.
Yeah, in real life you would have probably done that. It's okay.
Yeah, have to start up DCS for that fix. Of boom. Did a boop at 950 feet per minute cause low frames? Ach. My brain is so bad at this. How is that frame thingy from Steam called? Rescale?
No, it's auto FPS. That's what you mean?
No, there is an app from Steam where you can multiply your frames with.
Yes, that's auto. I think that's auto FPS. That's what Mitsuki was talking about.
You're CPU limited, not GPU limited. What do you have for a CPU? Are you on a computer or on a notebook? That's the one, Lima Kilo. Lossless scaling.
Yes.
It's an AM4, isn't it?
Yeah, Mitsuki, don't forget that the flight sim is one of the most demanding sims or games. If that runs, most other games have no problem either.
Well, 2024 was the first game with recommended 64 gigabyte of RAM. The
Yeah.
very first.
I mean, yeah. You wouldn't believe what my Skyrim looks like. It's modded to
To-
the tonsils with all sorts of graphic enhancements. Again, on a machine like mine, that's possible, but I'm sure there are quite a few computers who couldn't handle it.
Well, if you ask the flight sim, what do you want? It just says yes.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, I can relate to that, Mitsuki. I actually must have spent more time modding
And
than
tinkering.
playing. It just makes it so interesting, this modding business. Now, somewhere here is supposed to be an airport.
Probably a strip of dirt.
Yes. Something dirty, anyway.
Dirty bird.
Mitsuki, what I did, first I actually started with individual mods, but then I actually left it for quite a while, and then I started again with a mod pack, Nolvus. I don't know whether you know that, which is a huge pack of 2,000 something mods, but they all work together, so you don't have problems there. But then all of these individual mods need setting up. You have to tell them exactly what to do before you can actually use them. And then, when you have them all running, there are some things which you would like to tweak anyway, or there are additional mods which are not there, and that makes the whole thing really interesting.
In general, I often felt like the mods never felt well integrated because of the scripting being laggy, slow, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I played Skyrim vanilla. Very vanilla.
Yeah, and nowadays that's something you just find too outdated just by the way it looks, you know. If you look at the characters, it just doesn't. Whereas if it's modded, it looks like a modern game.
Yeah.
What I would love to have, there is a mod, but that mostly makes sense when you play Skyrim VR, where all the NPCs are actually connected to an AI. So you can talk to them and they talk to you,
Okay.
and it's not scripted, it's just what the AI decides at that particular moment, which leads to some really interesting conversations. But the AI is fully conscious of the game and its rules, and it remembers the things that you did before with that NPC in the game. So it's absolutely amazing. But
So.
it's quite complicated to set up.
Ah, there it is. Found it.
Yeah, there's some interesting YouTube videos. Yeah, I had an interesting session with an image creating AI last night, and I discovered after a while that the AI did not know what a hammer was.
A what?
A hammer.
Oh, I did not get that acoustically.
Yeah, I was trying to create a scene in a smithy, in an old medieval smithy, and
A forge.
this, yeah, and the smith was supposed to hold a hammer, and the AI could not give me a hammer.
Come on, land, sweetheart. Touchdown.
Yeah, but this is the thing with Mitsuki. I mean, it's just like with the hammer. I'm sure that the AI I used for that image was probably trained for pretty females with little or no clothing, and could have given me that very well. But something like a forge or a hammer is probably wasn't part of the training, and I'm sure that's the same with these pilot uniforms. Like, for example, I have a special database just for fantasy items. So if I want to include a dragon somewhere, and then I have to mix that in with the regular image creation AI so that I can get a decent looking dragon. You can sort of mix them so that
Okay,
that
Englewood
way
comes in.
you get some reasonable images.
AI
Why
is a rabbit
am I?
hole.
It is a rabbit hole, but it's fun too. I mean, if you don't need anything from it, then it's just, you know, can I get it to do what I want? Sometimes I can, and then it can be absolutely amazing, and then very often I can't. Like all these image generation things, I run locally on my machine here, so I don't have to pay for it or anything like that. Uh, that way I can experiment with this images.
The cool thing is the spitty pictures for Christmas, what you made us.
Yes, yes. But again, if you looked at them very closely, of course, it wasn't a true to life Spitty, you know, but it got quite close to it. That's true. It had definitely seen a Spitty in its training somewhere.
So, just in case, before I line up, spitty hungry, spitty munching, nom nom nom.
I just saw the dad joke.
I didn't yet.
A woolly jumper. We had a nice one in our local paper this morning. Guy walks into a baker's. No, I spoiled it. Forget it. I can't tell jokes.
What happens when you cross a sheep with a
Wrong.
kangaroo? A woolly jumper. Oh boy. But that was one of the better ones. It
Yeah.
had.
By the way, that was one of the words that I did not know before I went to live in Scotland.
A woolly jumper?
A jumper. I had learned pullover, yeah, but nobody in Scotland said pullover. It was always a jumper.
Okay.
So for me, that was a new word at that time.
Okay. A jumper is not the same as a pullover.
Oh yes,
A jumper for
it
me.
it was in Scotland.
Okay.
Huh?
A jumper for me is a onesie where you jump in.
That's a jumpsuit. That's different. You mean like a mechanics wear or
No, that
sort of
cozy thing. Or that, yeah. Englewood Road. A jumper for me is a
yes.
suicidal person. Well, we
No, I mean,
talk about the clothing, Englewood.
I know a jumpsuit is what, for me anyway, that's what the mechanics or yeah, uh, at the airport they usually have white jumpsuits. In workshops they usually have blue jumpsuits. A one-piece thing with a zip down the front,
Okay.
which covers you from head to toe.
Look who's here,
What we call
Solly Deaf. Hey, buddy, welcome in. How you doing? How's mum? So let's take off again. Who joined in front of us? Don't know who that is. Whatever. Let's take off, guys. Did I lose connection? I think Nightsip just buddy? Well, let's take off and do a circle around the field. I think Nightsip's computer rebooted. Hey, Catus Betus. How you doing, buddy? Ah, that was Catbat. In the plane I did not know and own. Discord not loading. Okay. Okay. So it's not Nightsip's computer but a Discord problem. Ah, Discord gone. Well. That's weird. What the fluff? Are you ready to take off, Catbat? Then kamikaze in the jag. Nights up, go on course. Let's go! Yeah, Discord died. Doesn't want... excuse me. Doesn't want to load here either. Let's see. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Catbat. I'm happy you're flying along anyways. Yeah, probably their servers got attacked or were rebooted or whatever. So, there is soon a road below us. We follow that road down to the airport of Songo. Lima Kilo is gone? Why? What? Worldwide mission of service of Discord confirmed. You're on VFR to Bravo Echo Delta. Roger that. You're cleared to land. Soft touchdown at below. Happy landings, Lima Kilo. Good night. Huggles, buddy. Quite curious what happened to Discord. Who pulled the plug? Yeah, but it seems it cannot connect to the Discord servers. Without the servers, it does not work. They're working on it. Why does my mind show me now a guy on a office chair, which is on rolls, standing in front of a server cupboard, working on the server while standing on that office chair, sliding backwards. You know what will happen? Exactly that, Night. Ketos has the zoomies. Going meow. You're trying to catch Costella? Oh, there's the road. In the morning, I also suffer from elevated latency. No worries, Englewood. Thank you for zooming along for a bit. 5:30? Yeah, that's a yuck time. Mine just rings 30 minutes after that. Have a good night. You're cleared for Bravo Delta and Pillow touchdown zone. Okay. I'll rejoin in a moment. Once is still loading. I kill it. Bye. Well, come on, open. Well, mine is still loading. Mine's loading for ages. That's weird. Why won't you load on my other computer, buddy? Ich kann den Anruf da nicht annehmen, Nightset. Ich habe keinen Output, keinen Lautsprecher-Output. Let's land at Songo. Surprise! I see Netsap calling me on the other computer, but I do not have speakers on that other computer, so I would not hear him. It's annoying. Yes, as I said, I cannot take the call on the other computer since I would not hear you. I don't know why on the other computer Discord is working again, and on the gaming computer where I communicate over with you, it does not find a connection. Whee! That was a cat bat. In a zoomy bird. Just tech things, yes. Yes, because it's still loading. On the computer I'm using to talk to you. Mitsuki, no. TeamSpeak, no thank you. I know it's easy to set up, I know it's easy to work with, but no thank you, that days are behind me. Yes, exactly. So, Songo coming up soon. We're leaving the main road. Never heard of TeamSpeak? TeamSpeak is a program where you connect to a server to talk to a specific group. You have like a server identification number, you have to punch that in. Normally you also have a password what the person who owns the server would give you. And then you can connect yourself to there. Like a telephone call, basically. If you have the server IP and the password, you could connect there and could chat to people. But what I can remember is that the sound was worse when talking to people. The audio quality when talking to people was worse on Discord, on TeamSpeak than Discord. Yes, but not free. I had both for a very long time. And I hosted, paid for a TeamSpeak server. Well, I had my own for 40 slots because I was in a World of Warcraft raid guild. It is here. It's trying to connect. That song had a long outro. Yay, goldfish! Just let me land first, Nightsap, please. So somewhere over there should be an airport. Between the hills. Think it's alive again? My Discord? Be there in a second, just landing first. Solidaf is home. And we got a raid from Empire Kicking. Come on, don't be a floaty. Down with you, sweetheart. Don't want to overshoot. Sorry. Hey, Empire Kicking, welcome in. How you doing? How was your flight? What did you do? Yeah, we're in 2020, Solidaf. We're with the Spitties. So, back again. Yay. Buddy. I'm back in voice. Oh, that windsock is standing. That's why she had a float.
Buddy?
Yeah, a cat bat. Hey, buddy. Yay!
Yay! I felt very latent.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was latency.
Yes,
It was annoying.
I think that's a good expression. I have to remember that with latency. Next time I'm late for something, I'll have to say I'm sorry I experienced elevated latency. Yes.
Yes.
Spitty's thirsty. Thirsty
Oh,
girl.
Ask the Jack if it's thirsty. Oh, that thing guzzles fuel.
I was trying to cast my phone to my mum's tally and it momentarily showed up as my brother-in-law walked in and he went, "Oh, the Spitfire, my favorite plane." Yay! How's mum doing, Solidav?
I think we're all waiting politely for the teacher to take off.
Oh, come on. Since when have you been so polite?
Since when? Well, there's always a
That's
first.
not a very credible excuse.
He looked right through you, Catbat.
Yes, I feel observed.
Should I take off then?
Yes.
No pressure.
Okay.
He's going.
Or he just want to see if any greetings to the sun happening or magic magnetic buildings.
Or
No.
wing stripes.
I think
or-
since the update, that's
it's
going to be very
unlikely.
rare.
It's
What a pity.
it got tamed, Catbat. It got
Got behaved.
boring.
That's boring. Why would they do that?
Just because.
When I smashed my prop
The old
before,
version then.
I went full throttle too soon, which caused it to tip forward a bit on the runway. And then my props went ping.
And drop.
Well, teacher is up.
So is the
The other Spitfire.
gotta be careful. Not more in the stall here.
What? Castella's up. Was that a yawn?
Not from me.
Okay.
Not from me either. I can imagine the cheese in this thing.
Pretty sure you will see Jesus.
I'm pretty sure you could get tunnel vision in this thing if you wanted.
Kaharia, are you using a stream deck?
Yes.
Are you using it for streaming purposes
Yes.
or for flight sim purposes?
No, it's on the streaming computer.
Okay. Well, I mean, Murph showed it last night, and I mean, I found that a pretty impressive thing, but I would only use it for flying. But then I was thinking, I got so many things now set up with my normal controls, it probably is overkill.
Well, it's quite handy. I'm sure. I did not watch Murph yesterday. I was at Ali's, but I fell asleep in my chair and almost landed with my face on the keyboard.
Oh yes, okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
after the flight plan was posted, I just,
Now he showed off one stream deck which actually has knobs which you can turn. So it has 4 knobs. And
yeah,
it also has buttons.
yes, that's
and
the
has a
sound
sort of
control
display.
stream
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah. And that of course you could use for the flight simming. But then of course I got my Logitech, so I'm not sure.
Well, I'm sure the Stream Deck is handy because you can program not only flight sim on it, but anything. You could use it
Yeah.
for almost
For
anything.
Skyrim.
Anything
Yeah.
that would take a command.
Yeah.
For Photoshop, you could use that for really anything.
Yeah.
And it will do that what your plugins are capable of.
Yeah.
There is a hell lot of plugins what you can install on that, and you could also just say, okay, this line of buttons is flight sim, this line of buttons are commands for the stream, for example. This line of buttons is, if I press that button, the Windows Explorer will open or something. You can mix it up like you want.
Yeah.
So it's quite handy. And surely a nice thing when you fly with planes that the Logitech panel does not like. Because there are planes which are not fond of the Logitech panel.
Yeah.
Like the
So I
PMDG.
discovered, yeah.
Well, the radio panel works perfectly with the PMDG. The autopilot panel, not so much. They don't
Yeah.
like each other. We are at Lago de Cahora Bassa. That's quite a
Cabora
big...
Bassa.
Oh,
That rings
that's
a bell. That was way back when I was still young. That was a big thing, because that was when it was still a Portuguese colony, and this is a dam, and there was some kind of struggle about this dam. I think the locals didn't want it and whatever, and that was the time of my youth when I, somebody farted in China and I went to a demonstration against it or something like that. And this Cabora Bassa, I can't even remember what it was all about, this thing, but it had to do something with the dam that was being built, and you were against it in those days.
Okay.
Don't ask me why.
Why?
No. I mean, we're talking about, I don't know, maybe the 70s, early 70s, something like that. When I was still young and handsome.
Jetzt, now you're just and?
Yes. That's the only thing that I can still claim. Let's have a look. Cabora Bassa. What did they say? Yeah. I'll just read a few bits from Wikipedia here. It was the dam began to fill in December 1974. The native people protested against the dam in order to keep their land. The Portuguese government... No, hang on. Yeah, you forced the native people out of their homes in villages for the Portuguese and European workers to have a place to live during construction. The evicted native people were not given compensation. That's what the whole struggle was about. And then in the War of Independence, the dam was attacked several times. The power lines from the dam were destroyed and things like that.
Honestly, that was an asshole move from them.
Yeah.
That they would throw out the native and...
Well, and if you look at the size of the thing, I mean, I'm sure that must have affected quite a few people.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, that was one of the nails in their coffin. I mean, that's one of the reasons why they were thrown out.
That lake is huge.
Yep. It says here, they're talking about this dam. It has a maximum length of 250 kilometers and 38 kilometers wide.
Okay, 250 kilometers. Means from Vienna to Salzburg.
Yeah.
Roundabout.
Yep. So it's huge. It's huge. It's the Zambezi River water that is dammed here.
Okay. And there's a touch of wind coming up.
And it's still partially owned by Portugal. Portugal owns 15% of the stock, and the rest is owned by Mozambique.
Okay. I think.
Most of the electricity is exported to South Africa.
Okay. Don't they need that themselves?
Okay, now you said touch of wind?
Yeah, touch and wind.
Okay.
How far is it?
Not far.
Um,
Is it gear down far?
it's about 11. So, yeah, I would say gear down.
Pretty much in the jack. I'll overfly it.
So where is it? Am I blind? Where's the postage stamp? I think behind that little elevation.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell.
We have to turn a little bit to the right. I'm seeing it on the Garmin.
I think I see it. I think I got a visual.
I think you might, because you're really
Yes,
close.
got it a visual.
Is it the one that turns to the... Yeah, we need to turn right and then left. Cool.
Yep.
Some speed brakes out, because... I barely made that turn. Power! Okay. I'm visiting some squirrels. Why is that? Oh, because I have the speed brakes open, yes. That makes sense.
Whoopsie! You gave the squirrels a scare, Costella.
No, there weren't any left after I passed.
There was not much left.
Oh, her ladyship is in residence.
Yes. Very busy with digesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dikey.
Have a good night, Daiki.
Good night, buddy.
Huckles. We finally found today an additional cat food which her ladyship would munch on. I hope it stays like that.
Is she very picky?
Yeah.
Picky is not, how to say that? It's underestimated. She's spoiled rotten. Did we lose Sally Death somewhere?
Let's have a look.
Or did the sim not load?
No, I don't see him.
I could see him.
I only see Castella, Catbird, and you.
At Foxtrot Lima Lima uniform, we're doing a landing. I need to refuel. Whee!
Still have lots of fuel left. How surprising. Might have not used the afterburner much.
Has the cat but the
We have
zoomies?
Quite a bit of wind, I see. Between
Yeah.
18 and 20 knots.
I'm at the moment at 11. 11 knots. Tailwind.
Yeah, tailwind.
So Foxtrot Lima Lima uniform is next stop. Then we have a look at Lusaka. And then we go down to Livingstone. Lake Kariba looks also like a pretty long lake. Could this also be a dam?
Who knows?
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah, it looks suspiciously like that.
Cat bat is glued to my wing. Whee! Whee! What's your speed, Nights Up?
270.
Every time I hear this song, there's a smile.
Which one is it?
Hell's Bells from AC/DC.
Oh yeah, okay.
Once there was a coincidence with that song in our store. That was the time when I had still my iPod with me and would play over the music box we have and store my music from the iPod. And there was this elderly couple who were a pain because you would explain something to them. They would say yes, 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 would not listen to you. And 5 minutes after you already explained that, would ask that again. So,
Okay. Yes.
well, it was quite exhausting and patience-wise. And when they bought that stuff and went down the stairs, exactly that song with the bells as they go down began to play. Totally coincidence, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Those are the
No.
little things.
Yeah, but they can help. They sometimes can make your day.
And I know that thing was not even quite something exciting. That was a blood pressure monitor. Normally you can't do anything wrong with that stuff.
Not really. There's not much to it, I guess.
An upside down Castella. Yeah, and I see the runway.
Oh, so we are that close. Huh? Oh, yeah. Let's see this far left. We're aligned with it. So, here
I think the
coming
cat bed mic is still in the kitchen.
down. Is it? Oh shit.
Or he's sitting on it.
Wait, I'll put on the... So is it better like this?
Hmm.
No. Okay. Yeah, it just goes up like that all the time. I can't.
Is there a road going from one side of to the other? Or does it just look in the sim like it?
Yeah, that's a sim thing.
Yeah, that's a glitch.
Yeah.
But it looks quite interesting. Imagine that road would be real.
Yep.
Oh, and we have an 18 knot tailwind if we're land like this, so that will be...
Well, for me it has sort of died down a bit. I'm down to 6 knots now.
I need to use the other side of the runway.
You're going in the other way?
Yeah.
I might do the same, because 13 is a lot. Oh, it's only 9 now. Yeah, it's dying down as we come down now.
Got 14,
I got 4
12.
Yeah, 5, 6, and it's a crosswind now, so yeah, totally fine landing on this one.
In a very limp sock.
Well, anyways, I go the other way.
And a minus 75.
Now it's almost, it's completely across 4 knots. should go.
Have a
This is
good
okay.
night,
I was
Catbat.
having a blast.
Okay. In which case, I wish you a good night.
Yes, a good night to everyone. Also. I'll see you
Cuddle
maybe
the
on
kitty.
Saturday. Probably not. Yeah. I will. Well, thank you very much. It was fun flying you home.
Was fun having you, buddy. So, I'm down. I got applause. I'm gonna roll off the field for a second. Because I need to jump behind the bushes for a second.
Okay. There's plenty here.
Yes, I know.
Talking about bushes, there is a Bijan update. I just saw that by accident today when I looked
Again?
into Sim Market, and I got no notification, but
Okay.
it's dated on the 10th, which is today. So maybe the notification will come.
Huggles, Catbat. I'll be right back, guys.
Knuckles.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Hmm.
Back she is. So, here we go. Ready to rumble?
Yes.
Okay, Castella, have a good night.
Good night.
Mitsuki, if I would have opened something in the kitchen, like a bag of meat or milk or something, you would have seen how fast she can be. Thank you for flying along, Castella. Huckles, buddy. Good night.
Well, that just leaves the two Spitties now.
Yes. Well, kamikaze.
Okay. Let's do it.
So off we go into the direction of Zambia.
Mhm.
In a moment we're over the border.
Sorry?
In a moment we're over the border into Zambia.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that line.
So that's the city of Luangwa.
In fact, it's 3 countries, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a...
there's Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Mozambique.
Yeah. There are mountains, no limakilo to be found.
The usual.
Basically, we follow the river
Mhm.
down to Foxtrot, Victor, Charlie, Sierra. Then we have a straight line into Lusaka, the capital of Zambia.
Yeah.
We probably have again that Lego city. Don't think they have anything modeled.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, when I grew up, all of that was the time when all of these countries actually started. They were all former colonies.
Okay.
Like Zimbabwe used to be called Rhodesia, I'm not sure about. Mozambique always had that name. I'm not sure about Zambia. And in all these countries, there were civil wars. They were fighting against the colonial powers, which in Zimbabwe's case was the British. Mozambique was the Portuguese. Zambia, I'm not 100% sure if it was British or Portuguese. And then, of course, when I went to university, my teachers there, where I studied politics, they were sort of quite, let's say, on the left side of the spectrum. We're all sort of putting so much hope into these new countries. One guy who actually was personal friends with some of the new heads of states, and they were sort of looking at this as the new paradise. And then within a few years, it became clear that all these wonderful new heads of states were corrupt and wanted to make as much money as they could, and the countries just went downhill and have been more or less poor ever since.
Oh boy.
Zimbabwe probably is the one that is the worst.
Oh boy.
And the story wasn't, I mean, originally you thought, okay, finally the Africans can control their own countries and that's as it should be and so on. But then what they did, they chased out, in many cases, the white farmers, who they saw as their oppressors, but there was nobody there who could take over from them. So all these farms basically, well, I wouldn't say they collapsed totally, but the productivity went down and down and down, and they couldn't feed themselves anymore properly. The national income went down, and so on. So the whole thing wasn't all that wonderful after a few years.
No.
And nowadays in some of these countries, the Chinese are the big guys. They came in saying, okay, we built your roads, we built your railways, but for that we want a share of the agriculture products. We want the right to put up factories, sometimes with our own workers. So sometimes they actually bring in Chinese workers to the African factories.
Okay.
It's not wonderful.
No. What I have to say is the scenery is pretty good here.
Yes, that's true. I'm not sure if that's something that just we're lucky to be in an area where the scenery is better, or if maybe, with all the updates that they've still been giving the sim, That has generally improved.
Maybe we had a bit of ugh behind there, but it was just a little patch where I think there were too
But
many clouds.
these big patches of southern England,
Yeah,
I haven't seen in quite a while now.
yeah, that's true. So, Foxtrot, Victor, Charlie, Sierra coming up. I'm curious if we can make it down to Livingstone.
I have a feeling we might not make it today. We'll see.
Yeah, it's quite a bit still. Nah, 262 nauticals. Nah, don't think so.
Yeah.
So, where are you? Oh, it's getting misty. It's getting misty.
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, there's a rainbow.
So the mist is rain, probably. Yeah, I see it sort of hanging down. I think that could well be rain. Which doesn't make sense when you look at the clouds. I mean, there should be darker clouds.
Have a good night, Mitsuki. Sleep tight.
Okay. Good night, Mitsuki.
When I flew through them, there was nothing of a sort. Like rain on my windshield. So, catching wind.
Oh, is it that red strip?
Yes, that red smear. Bump and go.
Okay. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, you have
double
some nice rainbows.
rainbow.
Yeah. I just have rain, no bow.
Oh, double rainbow. That's pretty.
Yep. It's a nice one.
I hope a screenshot caught it. Now there's rain.
Yeah. So do you have a sort of formula when you make a flight plan with the Spitties, for example, which you know how long the flight should be for a certain time? Do you have a kind of formula there?
Round about how fast you go times 2 or 3. So I calculate a flight with the Spitty around 250 knots times 3.
Yeah.
So my
Okay.
Spitty flight plans are between 600 and 800 nautical miles.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Depends on how many touch and winds are. So I'm on the safe side with a longer flight plan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll try and do that when I do my bush flights too. But I'm never quite sure how to calculate what's the good. Yeah, but that's a sensible idea. Your maximum speed times 3 is, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and since you get delayed if you fly in a group, like You wait
you're
till
waiting for
everybody
people.
had landed and stuff. It
Yeah,
will
yeah.
be longer than those 3 hours of stream.
Yeah.
Or 4 hours, depending on how long we do. It's quite a good thumbs calculation.
Yep. Yep.
We just passed on the river, the Royal Zambezi Lodge.
Mhm.
Sounds terrible after a resort or something. Actually, that reminds me, do you plan your trips with the caravan also with stops where you would spend overnighters? How do you plan your caravan trips when you go in by car?
You mean the length?
Yes. Your
No,
legs.
my ideal length is about 400. And then, but it depends then on the. Sometimes you see, okay, I get a better overnight position when I add another 100. So you add that, but less than 400 I don't do normally. I mean, I could say if I went to a place like Brittany, I would try not to have 2 nights on the road there. So if I try and split it more or less evenly, that would give me probably 500 kilometer legs. But that's still okay.
Yeah, and you in the caravan you would be a max at 120 kilometers, or are you 100?
Yes. I can do 100 in Germany, and in France you can do whatever you like. But I don't feel safe if I go much more than 100. So I would say 100, 110 is my normal speed.
So when you're driving 500 kilometers, you're on the road for around about 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah, and then of course I always include some breaks.
Yeah, of course.
A little bit longer
But just
for a coffee and
pure
know.
driving time would be.
Yeah.
So basically, you're
Yeah.
already doing that with the
500.
caravan. So just
Yeah.
the same with the plane, just a bit faster.
Yeah. 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 That's true.
There's a Sally Dev. Well, the next airport is down at Foxtrot Lima Kilo Kilo.
I have a feeling that this was an a British colony because many places have English names.
Mm. Oh boy, that one airport has a really bad name. Foxtrot Lima November Kilo has a really bad name. You see it?
Yes. Not a good name.
No, won't tell it.
Yes. Well, I'm sure it means something completely different.
Yes, I'm sure, but but
Yeah, think of all the people who fly there and they try to avoid that name. That would be difficult.
yeah, sure, but you know Twitch. They're a pain. They even didn't let me put in some IKEA costs because they meant something very bad.
Yeah.
But I did not mean the very bad, but just the airport code. And I was thinking, why don't you update the stream title? We are in North Europe, Solidav, in 2020.
Oh, there's a huge airport in front of us.
Yes, I know, we do a land there. Spit, you want some munch?
Too late. There's a little planey plane that just took off from there. No, I'm not too impressed with that purple stuff around the airport here.
Purple?
That doesn't look correct to me.
I don't have purple stuff.
Well, that is a sort of... I see that on your screen too. On both sides of the airport. It looks a bit strange.
of the runway. Are you loading in, Solidav?
God, the dad jokes aren't getting much better.
That one did hurt.
So,
So, I'm ready for takeoff.
I think I'm not going to last for much more than this next leg.
Okay.
So that takes us over the city center now, I think.
Yeah.
I have 2 markers,
Okay.
which usually means there must be some, well, whether we see something there or not, but it indicates the center normally.
Okay.
But that's right on the course. Okay, one shows a cathedral
Okay.
and one shows a hotel. Now let's see if there's anything visible here. That does not look like a cathedral. The hotel, okay. That's one of these big blocks. That could be
Okay.
correct. You see that
Well,
white block?
there's a
That could
hotel.
actually be sculpted.
That
That's about
looks
the only
real.
thing.
But not much impressive stuff here.
No. And the worst thing is this so-called cathedral, which is simply not there.
There's
The
a
hotel,
cooling
I think,
tower.
the hotel could be from that add-on.
Ooh. That was close. That was close.
Oh yeah.
My poor wingtip. Yeah, I think that hotel's from the add-on.
But that's about it.
Hmm. Whee! Ooh, mustard gas attack over here.
Poopsie poops.
Yeah. The silent ones are the worst.
Yes.
Where are you heading? Ah, okay. No worries. I know the problem. I pulled the magenta line somewhere else on my little nav map.
Okay.
That's why. All the circular fields here again. And some dots. I still see no Sauli Dev.
No, I don't know what he's up to.
That village what we're passing in a moment is called Kafue.
Yeah. very soon we will see the airport with the name.
Foxtrot Lima November Kilo.
Yeah.
And the final stop is Mazabuka. Doesn't make any sense to fly further to Livingstone.
No. Plus it would make, you know, once we're there we should look around a little bit.
Yes.
And it would make sense to have a few more people with us when we do that.
Not only a few more people, but a bit more time.
Yeah, that too.
It's still 179 nautical miles out.
Yeah.
Would be at least 40 more minutes.
Yeah, no, I can't see myself doing that. And then looking around would take another 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, let's do that in the next one.
Yep. There's that one airport. Well, brown landing strip with a hangar.
Well, just not sure if I'm looking on the right side.
Huh?
It's, from our point of view, it's on the left side, right? From our plane's point of view.
From which one are we talking right now?
As we fly,
Yeah.
is it to our left or to our right?
Do you talk from the last stop?
No, as we are now.
That was on my left wing.
Okay. Then I missed it.
Yeah, you were far off to the right for that. The magenta line wasn't going over that one.
Yeah. Lots of these round irrigation fields here.
Yep.
Carousel irrigation, it's called, I think. Oh, and I see the airport.
Makes sense here with that circular
Yeah.
setting. Many dots. Here again. I want to know what those dots are.
That's a phenomenon. I just can't explain it. Oh, finally, as we land for the last time, I see Solidev.
Really? Where?
He's in the air there.
I don't see him. Ah, over there. Hello, Admiral. Welcome in. Just for our final stop. Just on time. How you doing?
Good evening.
I'm pretty fine. Just tired. Tomorrow there's a work day, so... landing red monitor set is 75. The InSim one.
Yeah.
And the LRM says 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the LRM generally gives you better.
It depends.
Filter points.
It gives you better in GA, but
Yeah.
in the big birds, the InSim from Parallel 42
yeah, okay.
gives you better.
Like here, I got InSim 303, and I got 120 from LRM.
Okay. Oh,
So
that's pretty nice.
Do you want to park like this, or?
I wanted to turn, I just did not want to throw my tail into your prop.
Turn like this?
Yeah. I have 3 weeks to my holiday. Visiting family in Germany. This will be fun.
Currywurst is...
Yeah.
Okay.
Munching currywurst. Hugging my grandchild. Cuddling it. Little boy. He grew up so fast. Grover Service. Sally Duff, you wanna load in over here? You're on the picture? With Foxtrot Lima Mike Zulu? Thank you. Thank you, Admiral.
Something is moving.
Yeah. He's on the go. I'm happy to see the guys again. So, where's my mouse? There's my... So, continue. The only. Good night, Willow.
Okay, Willow.
Thank you for being
Good night.
here. The only one who will hate us when we're going on holidays, Mrs. Kitty. Because we leave her alone.
Oh.
Yes, she's at Mum's.
Well, she will not suffer.
No, she won't, but, well, she is not in her territory.
That's true. But I mean, she's done that before, so it will not be a completely new thing for her.
No, but she needs 1-2 days to get used to her new surroundings. Even if she already knows that. And let's see how the kitty will parent my mum. I mean that literally.
What is that guy doing?
Flying.
He was on just now, but before he was on the ground. Now he's up again. Then he was slewing. It's all over the place. But at least I think I can see his plane now.
I see the Twinkies. It's closing in. Got some nice contrails.
Yes, you
Even
do.
fluffy ones. There he comes.
Mm-hmm.
And. Down. That was greased. That was greased.
There we go.
Well, it looked like greased.
Yeah, it didn't look bad at all.
Okay, and then cheese, mozzarella, gorgonzola. Yes, and you could walk away from.
Maybe slightly unsteady, but
Brick.
break.
Brie.
Oh.
So I got my picture. Guys, it was nice to have you. Cheddar. Yeah, no, not my kind of soda. I don't need that one. We see each other on Saturday, 1900 Zulu. And we're in, was it Sulawesi?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
Which is in Indonesia. So
I'm
you get an idea.
I'm very curious.
Huh?
I hope you have a good slide into the weekend. A soft touchdown. And we're gonna sign out. Have a good night, guys. Bye. Where's
Good
the
night.
button? Where's the button? There it is.